really fucking terrible ass dream last night. And I don't want to tell anyone else except you, and I probably don't, or you probably don't care. But I'm gonna tell you really quick. Pretty much, I was taking a contact out of my eye, and I fucking ripped open the white part of my eye.
Why don't you
Fucking
want to tell
terrible
anybody
ass.
else? Why don't you want anybody else to know that?
What?
Why don't you want anybody else to know that?
'Cause I don't want to give anyone else that fucking mental image.
Oh, but I'll take it though. Thank you.
You know, it's kind of fucking annoying otherwise. Really disappointed. Was looking forward to another 20-minute video on why you're not uploading. You really let me down.
Ooh, serpentine visage. That was a really retarded reaction. I don't know why I did that. What's up, guys? How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic because I am doing pretty good myself. Just kidding. My whole life is a fucking sham. But for real, I hope you are having like the best possible day today because it is Tuesday, and everybody knows that nothing terrible really happens on Tuesday. It either starts on Monday, or it just starts on Monday, or a previous Monday, or at some point where it is Monday somewhere, something bad happens. So today is going to be a good day. I hope you are all sitting back, relaxing, and enjoying the sound of my lovely voice over some Zora that I had put together because that's literally all I could do at the time of recording these clips, mainly because I didn't have anything on my account, and I still really don't. I'm working on getting a torso and then my strength up so I can start doing pretending to be a PKer. Little did they know I have Dragon Claw videos, you know, so I can put out that quality content. But I wanted to talk today about why I still play RuneScape, and then kind of have a discussion with you, the viewer, as to why you still play RuneScape. So, like, obviously when the Evolution of Combat came out, I was really bummed out because the game was going to change in a direction that I didn't want it to turn into. And it did, and it didn't really impact me until, like, maybe 4 months into the game. I actually did play the Evolution of Combat for quite some time, and it did make Slayer a little bit more enjoyable because it just kind of made everything a little bit more efficient and I guess engaging, and I did for a really long time play and do things like QBD and Zora, and those were great money-making methods because that was before like some of the other things came out, like the Virago boss was the big one that had actually come out around the same time that I was playing, but it kind of just put me in a really bad position for you know, my account because I was a max main that really wasn't into PVM, and I only really ever enjoyed PvP, and that kind of nostalgic feeling was I almost instantaneously craved when I had jumped into RuneScape 3 or the Evolution of Combat, because it wasn't technically branded as RuneScape 3 until much later. So when it was finally announced that they were going to be releasing Old School RuneScape, I was ecstatic at first until I kind of saw that they were pretty much bringing it back to 2006, 2007, and I was kind of disappointed because I liked how smooth and fluid and beautiful everything was in 2012. Like, I enjoyed that aspect of the game. I enjoyed 2009 to 2012 RuneScape. I mean, sue me. But obviously here we are 3 years later, and I gave it the benefit of the doubt and started actually playing it again, which pretty much opened me up to a whole new world that I had forgotten about, which was, you know, when I first started playing, I didn't really know what was going on. Now I have this new opportunity to reinvent not only my RuneScape character, but the way that I play RuneScape. And I get to go back to the point that I started at and enjoyed the game mostly. So even though I didn't get to do that much endgame content during 2004 to 2009, I still enjoy old school RuneScape because now I'm old enough to really understand goal setting and different things that I didn't actually, I guess, fully grasp when I was actually playing back in 2005. But I guess when I ask myself the question, why do I still play old school RuneScape, I can't come up with a definitive answer because I mainly look at the game as this time waster, you know, something that I go when I'm trying to pass a bunch of time for any specific reason, whether it's the weekend or I'm doing something like homework, or I'm typing up a script, or I'm doing something, I have to play RuneScape. And of course, there's the video making aspect, which I do enjoy making RuneScape videos to an extent. I would like it if I could make like a League of Legends compilation video of like a 4-hour live stream and make that entertaining and people would watch that. But unfortunately, like I don't have that kind of open community yet, so I can't just put out anything that I want. I have to kind of stick with the RuneScape side, because even if I'm talking about, you know, my basic training experience, or the time that I skipped almost 2 months in high school and didn't get caught, or like a bunch of different things that I could talk about, I would have to put RuneScape over it in order for it to get any sort of views, because people who like to listen will like to listen, but those people are few and far between. Some people like to actually physically sit down like you are right now and watching something going on in the background. And unfortunately, like, I can't do that with other things. So RuneScape has kind of kept me in check in a way that I almost feel like I'm shackled to this game, because I have to play it in order to get views on Twitch or get views on YouTube. That's just something that is fundamentally and objectively true for my YouTube channel. So I really enjoy RuneScape, not just because I have to play it, but because I have a group of people, an audience that wants to see progress in certain areas. And I know that kind of sounds a little weird because I don't upload that often, but when I do have my live streams and people want to see certain things, like it's the few people that come and hang out with me that stick around even though I don't come and stream every single day or put out videos every single week, that come in and try to make me set my own goals and try to kind of push me to a place where I make progress. That's what I'm doing right now. I've got Barrow's gloves, finally. I'm working on a torso, and once I get all that stuff done, I'll be doing Nightmare Zone like a fucking autist until I can actually PK efficiently and hit something. You know, and I think what it comes down to at the end of the day is that I can do goal-oriented tasks in RuneScape that are gratifying. And I don't have this, like, really heavy weight of worrying about whether gold is worth real currency, or I don't have to worry about staking. I mean, I do stake a lot, and when I don't have money in RuneScape, I don't have very much fun. And I think that the best part about my staking addiction, I guess you could call it, is that people donate money to me, but like when they donate money, I never stake that. I always go and I go to Zora and I'll make money, and then I'll pretty much get fucking cleaned and I'll just get upset. But I always still have that amulet of torture. I always still have the ring of suffering, because it's just there's things that like stick with me, and people were generous enough to give it to me. So why would I go out of my way to, capitalize on their generosity unless it was specifically intended for that? One thing that I bring up to myself all the time is that the community is really good. There's always just a big group of people that I somehow get to run into that are always super awesome, nice, and just they always have like a positive attitude for the game, and they always want to see more and do more for other people. And I really appreciate that, and they don't really expect much, and I don't expect much out of them, and it makes me want to continue to play. It's not like League of Legends where I've been playing for almost, a year now. I just started doing ranked, and it's the worst thing in the world. People are just really fucking stupid, and the lower elo you are, the worse it is. And it's super frustrating. If you've watched any of my YouTube live streams where I'm playing League of Legends, like sometimes I'll do really good, and sometimes I will just do really, really bad, and it only gets worse from there. But anyway, obviously this is a conversation between you and I, the viewer, so I hope that you can answer this question for me in the comments down below. You can always add me on Twitter or message me in-game at LikeTheSauce. Just about everything I have on social media is at LikeTheSauce. And tell me why it is you still play RuneScape. What makes RuneScape the same magical game that you logged on to for the very first time so many years ago? Why do you continue to play as not just a tentative subscriber, but as an active player? If you are an active player, if you're just somebody that comes and plays every once in a while, tell me why. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video, and whatever time you are watching this, hello from the past, and I will see you in the very near future with another video.
And time waits for no man.